Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here, and Samsung has just sent over their latest flagship, the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G, and they sent it over a little bit early, so we're gonna get some exclusive access to this phone. So I'm going to unbox the phone, quickly show you what comes in the box, and then of course take a close look at this very premium looking phone. There's also a lot more videos coming out. I'll get my full review out on the Note 20 very soon. Earlier today, we did just post our unboxing of the new Galaxy Buds Live, and then of course upcoming is the brand new Tab S7 as well. So a lot of Samsung content coming soon. Be sure to subscribe so you're notified when that goes live. Anyways, really excited. Let's go ahead and unbox the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G. Here is the new Note 20 Ultra. And as you can tell by that S Pen color, I do have the Mystic Bronze, which I'm really excited to see in person, see how cool it actually does look. So right away, we do have our phone. Quick glance at the Mystic Bronze. We'll set that to the side and take a full look at what comes in the box. Inside, we've got our quick start guide, SIM ejection tool, and then our power adapter, the super fast charging one, which is USB Type-C. So then, of course, we have our USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable. Anyways, that's everything that came in this box. However, your retail packaging might be a little bit different. Again, remember, Samsung sent this over to me a little bit early. So now let's go ahead and peel off this plastic. There we go, revealing the Mystic Bronze. Actually really cool, not as flashy, it's more of like a matte bronze color on the back. I actually do like it more than I thought I was going to. The Buds Live are fairly reflective, so it's nice that they went with more of a matte coloring to the Mystic Bronze on the back of the Note 20 Ultra. And there's a look at that camera module, that triple camera system. Here's a close-up of that module on the back, taking a look at the camera bump that it does have. And then the triple camera setup, up at the top you have a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle lens. The middle lens is the 108 megapixel wide angle lens. And then down at the bottom you have your 12 megapixel telephoto camera, which has up to 5 times optical zoom. You've got your flash, and then right here is your laser autofocus sensor. Down at the bottom is an unfamiliar positioned S Pen on the left side as opposed to the standard right side. We'll talk about that more in just a second. You have one of your stereo speakers, a USB Type-C slot for charging, and a microphone. Now moving along the right side is where your power button is, and then your volume rockers as well. Up at the top, just a microphone, your SIM card slot. You also do have a micro SD card slot for expandable storage. On the left side of the phone, absolutely nothing. And then here's just a closer look at the back. Down at the bottom, you do have that Samsung logo moving along for that Mystic Bronze. Now I'm gonna turn on this phone, run through the startup process, only talk about anything noteworthy. So we have a few options to protect our phone between fingerprint, face recognition, and others. Now speaking of fingerprint, it does have that ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, and there is a pre-installed protector on the display with a cutout for that fingerprint, but we are going to peel that off for the sake of this video. However, if you'd like to leave it on, that's totally fine. We are going to set up that in-display fingerprint scanner. Pretty simple, just go ahead and set your finger that you want to register on the screen, and once you feel a little bit of a vibration, just lift it on up. You could try different parts of your finger as well. Let's continue through, 93, 100%. That's it. So we can add another one if we'd like to. I'm gonna continue through. We are now on the home screen. Here's a close look at that 6.9-inch AMOLED 1440p display. You'll see up at the top, it does have a punch hole design for that 10 megapixel front-facing camera. You'll also notice the sides are curved of the display. While holding the phone, I'm noticing my pointer finger does naturally just kind of rest under that camera module, giving me a little bit of leverage to hold it a little bit more comfortably. And speaking of the display, even just pulling down the status bar up at the top, I can already tell it has a higher refresh rate enabled. So this is a 120 hertz display. So let's go ahead and find that. You'll see out of the box, looks like it does have 1080p resolution. You can bump it up to 1440p if you'd like to. Keep in mind that we'll use more battery. We are going to enable it though. So actually, I kind of forgot that in 1440p, Samsung doesn't support 120 hertz. So if you do want to use the 1440p resolution, it'll bump it down to 60 hertz. So what we have to do is go back to 1080p, hit apply, and then if we go into motion smoothness, we can go ahead and bump it up to that 120 hertz refresh rate, which I actually would prefer. I'd prefer 1080p 120 hertz over 1440p 60 hertz. It would be nice to be able to enable 120 hertz on 1440p though. Out of the box, it does have the home, recent, and back buttons. However, you can go to navigation bar and change to swipe gestures if you'd like to utilize more of that very large Note display. Something most people love the Note series for is that S Pen, and it does feel a little strange going to the bottom left of the phone to take it out, but now if you think about it, why exactly would they have to put this in the bottom left? It does make more sense, in my opinion, to have it in the bottom right. However, in my opinion, I think because the camera module is right here, it took up a little bit too much space and it was a little too difficult to engineer an S Pen to go in right here. That's just my take on it. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe I could reach out to Samsung and fill you in my full review. The S Pen does have air gestures because it has Bluetooth built in, so if we want to test one out, just press the button, go ahead and swipe up. It says great job. Very nice. There's a bunch of different ones. You can go back and do different things with these actions, such as scroll through photos, take pictures, and different things. And here's a close look at that S Pen, obviously colored bronze to match the phone. Pretty standard, doesn't seem to be much different than previous versions with the button here. Apparently the tip is a lot more responsive on the display, so I'm excited to test that out. And then of course you do have your clicking mechanism on the back. With those air actions, you can actually control the phone. So if we go from right to left, it will bring up our recent apps. Let's say we go into one of the apps and then select it. If we want to go back, we just kind of do the opposite and it will go back. If we want to go home, you start from the left and do kind of that, and then it will go home. So there's a bit of a learning curve, but it is actually very useful. Now, if you go from down to up, it's actually Smart Select, so it will select and take a screenshot of something where you can go ahead and select different things. You can make a GIF out of it, however you want to. And then if you actually just do squiggles, there's actually a screenwriting feature. So we'll take a screenshot and then you can go ahead and start writing on that specific screen. So a lot of cool shortcuts that you can play around with and improve that productivity. Taking out the S Pen will reveal some shortcuts that you can customize. There's a lot of different ones. Translate, Doodle, Live Message is a lot of fun. Or you can just have app shortcuts as well. In terms of some specs, you do have a 4,500 milliamp hour battery inside, along with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 Plus processor, so the latest flagship processor from Qualcomm, 8 gigabytes of RAM. And let's jump into the camera app for the first time. So if we want to go ahead and just snap a picture, snap a couple quick pictures here and there. If you want to switch lenses, you can actually just tap one of these icons. There's the ultra wide angle lens. You'll see my very messy setup right now. Or of course, you can zoom in at that 5x optical. So this is not digital zoom. You're not losing any quality on these images when you zoom in up to 5 times. And if you are curious on this phone, you can zoom in all the way up to 50x. This is obviously digital zoom, but kind of crazy you can zoom in that far. I will post some sample pictures on my Instagram, so be sure to follow that. I'll link to that down in the description. A few other noteworthy things about the camera. You do have a single take mode, which is actually a lot of fun to use. It can take pictures, smart crops, filtered photos, can take some videos as well. It just does a lot within, you'll see, 10 seconds. You can customize how long it actually will take. And then in video mode, actually kind of crazy. On this phone in video mode, let's jump into settings and show this off. With the rear video, you can shoot all the way up to 8K 24 frames a second video. Kind of crazy you can do that just on a smartphone. However, if you want to actually record in 4K, you can shoot in 4K 60 as well. 8K is in 24 frames per second. And finally, just a look at a bunch of other modes that the camera does offer for you. Live focus to get some portrait shots. You do have pro mode, so you can really customize the shot to your liking with white balance, autofocus, aperture, all that good stuff. Samsung also does add a lot of useful features. They have a link to Windows so you can connect to your PC, even wireless power share where you can set devices that can wirelessly charge on the back of your phone and charge them. Maybe you just picked up the Galaxy Buds Live, you can just go ahead and charge that from your phone. There are a lot of other features like DeX. You even have Nearby Share where you can find other devices that are nearby and share different things with them. Now, let's go ahead and test out that fingerprint scanner. I just did real quick there. However, if we go ahead and tap on the display, it will turn on the spot where I need to hit it. And you don't necessarily, you could just kind of guess where it is. And once you get that muscle memory down, you don't even need that display to turn on. You can just go ahead and set your finger on that fingerprint scanner. It does seem to be pretty quick. Actually seems to be very accurate as well. And overall, that is everything I wanted to talk about for now with the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. If you'd like to see more, please drop a comment. Let me know what you think about this device, and of course the Mystic Bronze color. It's kind of like a matte bronze. Really cool looking phone. A lot more to come, guys, on multiple Samsung devices, including the Note 20 Ultra. Be sure to click that subscribe button. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up as well. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.